Hi guys, this is Streamer Carlos. On today's video, I'm going to give you my preview of Night 1 of WrestleMania 40 of WWE WrestleMania 41, the showcase of the Immortals, the show of shows, better than the World Cup, better than the Super Bowl. It's our Super Bowl, guys. WrestleMania 41, Night 1. So here we go, guys. First of all, the first match of Night 1 that is going to kick off Night 1 has been announced. And it's going to be Jey Uso going against Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship of the world. So here we go, guys. This match is personal. It's very personal. It's way beyond the word personal. Main event Jey Uso has been killing it for the past year. But now that he won his straight road ticket to WrestleMania 41 to face Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 41, it got personal. First of all, let's talk about Jey. Jey is normally we are used to him being a tag team specialist, but he has been killing it. He has been awesome alone. Fighting alone. He has been killing it, and just like I said, this past February, he won the men's Royal Rumble. Now, if you want a little bit of context, but a short context, the men's Royal Rumble, and women's Royal Rumble matches separately. Whoever wins of those two Royal Rumble matches gets a straight road to WrestleMania to fight whatever champion the winners of both men's and women's men's and women's Royal Rumble chooses. And obviously, and Jey picked Gunther. Now Gunther is the biggest dude, the biggest dog, the biggest dude, and the ultimate tyrant on Raw right now. He's a big sausage head of doom because he's a sausage and he's German. That's why I'm saying that he's a big German sausage of dopiness and of basically he's a dumb person. But anyway, for the past few weeks on Raw, it has gotten personal. First of all, Gunther told us WWE fans and Raw fans, to be more specific, that Jey wasn't at his level and that he was going to make cream corn out of him. That he was going to cream him at WrestleMania. Then Jey Uso responded by basically running towards Gunther and basically punching him and kicking him to no end. But then the party poopers of WWE security, of Raw security, decided to intervene. But then Jey Uso decided to climb the turnbuckles of Raw, climb the turnbuckles of Raw of the ring, and he did a splash. He did a splash on Gunther's sausage face and body. But then But then about 2 weeks ago, it got personal because 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 Jimmy Jay's twin brother, and I know and I know their father, Rikishi. I don't know him personal, but I know him because I have seen him. I saw their father fight. I saw their father's career on TV. I was a fan of their father, Rikishi, and he had a big butt. Rikishi did, and his signature move was the sting face. He would shove his big butt and basically shake it onto his opponent's face. We called it in the WWE dictionary. We call it the sting face. But anyway, this past before last Monday, Jay was hanging, was on Raw, and he challenged, Jimmy was on Raw, hanging out with Jay, he challenged Gunther. Jimmy did to a match, not to a match. Jay warned his twin brother, his twin brother, to be careful out there with Gunther. And for a moment, we thought that we would see the greatest upset victory, or the greatest upset win in WWE Raw history of current time. But tragically, Gunther won. But he wasn't done yet. So in normal heel fashion, because Gunther is a heel, or a bad guy, if you will, right now, he decided to beat the holy heck out of Jimmy some more. Jay intervened tried to intervene, but he didn't succeed. He was manhandled. He was manhandled by Gunther. But they didn't stop there. After being manhandled by Gunther, Gunther handcuffed Jay to the ropes, or to the turnbuckle rope, to one of the turnbuckle ropes. And then Gunther did the unthinkable. He beat up Jimmy to a bloody painting of pain. Basically, Jimmy was bleeding like a water hose was broke. If a water hose broke. But the beating didn't stop there. Then Gunther decided to do a sleeper hole on Jimmy, who was bleeding profusely. And of course, Jay couldn't do anything about it because he was handcuffed. But we could see that he was angry very angry, to the point that I wouldn't say the word angry anymore. He was fuming. He wanted to run Gunther over and squash him like like the German bug that he is. And I'm not saying that all Germans are bad, but this German Gunther is bad. He's a big sausage head of dumbness. But anyway, it got way too personal. Then, last Monday, then the next Monday after Jimmy and Jay got manhandled and Jimmy got the holy stuffing beaten out of him. Jay wasn't his joyful entrance self. He wasn't eating. He got serious, and he said in a great promo. Now, if you don't know what a promo is in WWE terms, a promo means a great counter vocal to a great counter vocal to your opponent's counter vocal or trash talk. You can say a trash talk. You can say trash talk, but with a story behind it, with a story attached to the trash talk, if you will. That's the best. I think that's the best way that I can describe what a promo is in WWE terms. But anyway, Jay was like to Gunther, I want you to go home, kiss your wife and kid, and pray. And I'm going to do the same for myself. I'm going to pray for myself and to God and to the big G himself. Because what I'm going to do to you, I hope that he can forgive me. I'm going to bury you, drill you, brutalize you, violate your face, violate your body with my body until I destroy you, until I break you, until I break a bone inside your body, until I break your head so bad that you would have to retire, figuratively speaking. And Gunther didn't say anything, but he was very freaked out. Very freaked out. So the stage is set for Jay Uso to seek his Samoan revenge on the big sausage head of dopiness of Gunther. Of Walter. Yes, Gunther, I'm using your other name. Man. I'm using your other name. Walter? Yes, of Gunther / Walter. So, with that being said, guys, who do you think will win? Who do you think will win at WrestleMania 41 for the world and be the world heavyweight champion after night 1? Or who do you think will be at Raw on Monday, April 21st, which is this upcoming Monday, the World Heavyweight Champion. Now the next match is Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio versus El Gran Americano. Now this match is not to the level personal, as the last match that I told you guys about. But it's still personal, but not as personal as the last one. But it's still a good one. Rey Mysterio. Yes. The Mexican legend. The Mexican luchador legend. And WWE Hall of Famer. Versus El Gran Americano. Now, Rey Mysterio leads the new LWO, or Latino World Order. Now, El Gran Americano is a part of a heel faction on Raw that also LWO, or Latino World Order, is a part of as well. Called American Made. Now their leader of American Made is Chad Gable, a former U.S. Olympian who for the past few months has been turning into a bad guy or heel. But for some reason he's been obsessed in the luchador style. There's nothing wrong with being obsessed with the luchador wrestling style. But he's been obsessing with this awesome luchador style, which I know of, and I love as well. Because Chad Gable, or All American Made overall, but mostly Chad Gable, their leader, can't handle the fact that he can't beat any luchador that is a part of WWE Raw, of the WWE of the Raw roster. To be more specific, from LWO and Pentagon Jr., who's the brand new family member of ours in WWE because he left that curly hair loser's company of AEW. But anyway, but Chad Gable's main problem, main rival, and American Main's main adversaries are LWO, Latino World Order, that is led by Rey Mysterio. Now, Chad Gable, for the past few weeks and months, left American Made and left the United States, left here to train in Mexico. To learn the lucha libre style. But then a few weeks went by. Then Chad Gable returned to Raw and to and to lead and to even be even more of a pain in our necks and basically our 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 private parts for us guys and for and being a total unromantic and lame American version of a Romeo type for the ladies. But anyway, Chad Gable returned, but there's a new member. A new member came with Chad Gable American made, and that's El Gran Americano, a American luchador. But here's the kicker. Rey Mysterio and all of us think that we know, and I trust Rey with this. El Gran Americano is actually Chad Gable. Yes. So it's going to be Rey Mysterio v. El Gran Americano slash the dopey version of Captain America, Chad Gable slash El Gran Americano versus Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania 41, Night 1. So with that being said, guys, who do you think Rey Mysterio will fold El Gran Americano into a red and white and blue taco and basically splash on his American dopey head or dopey mask, and do you think Rey Mysterio will uncover and take off El Gran Americano's face or mask and face off to prove that El Gran Americano all this time was actually Chad Gable? So with that being said, guys, on to the next match. The War Raiders versus the New Day for the World Tag Team Champions, which are contested on Raw. So for the past few months, and at least for the last part of last year, and for the beginning part of this year, the New Day, the most successful tag team slash trio of all time, has been just basically a dumpster fire of dumbness. Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. What happened to you, Kofi? What happened to you, Xavier? By the way, Xavier, Kofi is better than you. Kofi is better than you, and you know it. You are his lackey. You are his little John to his Robin Hood. By the way, By the way, Big E is better than all of you. Than both of you. Both of you. Both of you. And you know, Kofi and Xavier, I hope Ibar, and Eric / the War Raiders beat the holy snot out of you. And when it's all said and done, I hope that we get to see the return of Biggie, and he squashes you like the two ungrateful, grateful little kids that you are, because you betrayed him. You broke his heart. You broke his heart. And again, I hope that the War Raiders, Eric and Ibar, make you into mashed potatoes. Even your family members of both of you hate the fact that you are heels. Your mom doesn't even speak to you, Kofi, because she's ashamed of you. She said it. We saw it. And Xavier Woods, or Woodsy, your family is ashamed of you too. They're ashamed of both of you. And I hope that the War Raiders, Eric and Ibar, not only win or retain the World Tag Team Champions, but they make you into mashed potatoes, and that way, in a metaphorical sense, that will be the lesson that both of your families wanted you to be taught. If you turn bad, you end up bad. So with that being said, guys, on to the next match. Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight for the United States Championship. Now, Jake, if you don't know who Jacob Fatu is, he's another cousin. He's another cousin of The Rock's and Roman Reigns. I think he's The Rock's and Roman Reigns' cousin by the 50th or 51st degree, but 51st degree, first row of cousin, first blood of cousin, meaning first blood connection of cousin, versus LA Knight. LA Knight has been rocking it for the past year. He became U.S. champion last summer when he defeated Logan. I'm a sorry YouTuber Paul for the U.S. championship at SummerSlam in Cleveland 2024. And I think, guys, at the end of this match, we will see a new champion. Jacob Fatu will basically eat and basically dry the broken bones of LA Knight. Basically break them dry. And and I think we will see a different animalistic side of the Samoan werewolf. So with that being said, guys, I think Jacob Fatu will win the U.S. Championship. Now let's go to Naomi versus Jade Cargill. Now, if you don't know who that Naomi is, she's married to Jimmy Uso. Yes. So she's Jey Uso's sister-in-law, and that makes her part of The Rock's family. And Roman Reigns' family. By marriage. But anyway. Naomi has turned heel for the first time. And she did something that I never thought I would see her do. Attack Jade Cargill. Now, again, just like Pentagon, which I'll talk about him on my video for night 2 at WrestleMania. But Jade Cargill, just like Pentagon, she got away from that curly haired losers company, AEW, and she came home. She came to her new home, which is WWE, and she made just like an F1 car, just like an awesome F1 car with a great sound. She made an early impact, but not just an impact. But a big boom of an impact that in fact led her to become one half of the WWE's women's tag team champions with Bianca Belair, the EST of WWE. Now let's fast forward to November of last year. Around November of last year. Jade Cargill and Bianca were doing great. We're doing awesome as the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. But then, Jade Cargill was attacked backstage by an unknown individual. That turned out to be later on to be Naomi, who Bianca Belair, Bianca as I like to call her, Bianca had picked Naomi to replace Jade Cargill while she was recovering from her attack. But what we didn't know was that the attacker that attacked Jade Cargill backstage was in fact Naomi, all because of jealousy, a friendship jealousy, because as Jade Cargill was recovering and we didn't know when she was going to come back, Naomi and Bianca were a great team together and becoming close friends. But when Jade returned from her injury, the jealousy bug stung Naomi right in the heart, and it stung her with a great force that made her heart evil and hedonistic, and this match is personal on the SmackDown side. And I think Jade Cargill will not only beat Naomi, but will rip Naomi's fro / hair out of her scalp. Then we have Tiffany Stratton defending her WWE Women's Championship against the Women's Royal Rumble winner, Charlotte Flair, who is going for the record books, because if she wins this match, she will become a 15-time women's champion. Just one number away from tying her father as the longest championship number reigns ever, because Ric Flair, the Nature Boy Ric Flair, has been 16-time champion. And let me tell you, Tiffany Stratton came from NXT. She was called up by NXT. Now, if you want a little bit of context on what NXT is, NXT is WWE's developmental brand that basically nurtures new and young talent that want to be a part of the main rosters of Raw and SmackDown, which are the two major and big brands in our beautiful WWE planet. And obviously, it got even more personal last Friday. Because in real life, Tiffany Stratton is dating Ludwig Kaiser, who is a group member of Gunther's group faction or group of Imperium. Now, Tiffany Stratton and Ludwig are a real life couple, but Charlotte Flair crossed the line, because she said last week that Ludwig dropped on her DMs. Basically that saying that Ludwig Kaiser wants to be with me instead of you little girl. He wants a real woman to be in his life, not a Barbie doll. Not a Barbie doll like you. So with that being said, guys, who do you think will win the WWE Women's Championship? Now let's go to the main event. Now let's go to the main event of WrestleMania Night 1, when it's going to be a triple threat match between CM Punk, Seth freaking Rollins, and our original tribal dope. Yes, dope. Roman Crybaby Reigns with Paul with Paul Wiseman Heyman in CM Punk's corner. Now, guys, now this triple threat match is not your normal triple threat match. This is the first triple threat match in WWE history, to my knowledge, you can check me on that. That doesn't involve a championship at all. This is a triple threat match just because of grudges and hatred and pure unadulterated hatred between the three men. First, let's talk about CM Punk. Now, let's talk about CM Punk. First of all, just like Jade Cargill and Pentagon, he left that loser of a curly hair loser's company, AEW. AEW is a wannabe WCW. Yes, I said it. Tony Khan, what are you gonna do about sending your Jaguars upon me? Bring it on, curly hair loser. Bring it on, curly hair loser. You what? AEW is a wannabe version of WCW. Anyway, CM Punk had been in the wannabe WCW for the past few years. But 10 years ago, before he left us, or left the WWE and left us for the wannabe WCW, he had a dispute behind the scenes with the WWE, and he left the company for the wannabe WCW. But last November at Survivor Series, which is our third biggest event of the calendar year, which is our third biggest calendar year event in our WWE calendar. He returned at Survivor Series after 10 years. 10 years! And we were so happy that he left that wannabe WCW. Or I have a better name for them. All Elite Wimps. Yes, All Elite Wimps. CM Punk left All Elite Wimps. So, after 10 years, he left All Elite Wimps. And we were so happy. But with his grand return back home, to his rightful home, old grudges resurfaced. Especially with Seth freaking Rollins. Or with Seth Rollins, to be more specific. Now, when CM Punk was in the WWE, before he left for All Elite Wimps, there was backstage heat. Backstage real personal stuff between Seth and Punk. Now the story goes that CM Punk helped Seth for a little bit when he was climbing up to be what he is today. But then CM Punk just left him in the dark, out to dry, just like all of us, all the fans. And then he left for all Elite Wimps. And Seth hasn't given, and I think he will never give CM Punk for that ever. And we have Roman, our tribal chief of our original tribal dope, Roman Reigns. Now Roman Reigns, last year, he lost his soul. He lost his baby. He lost his baby to his favorite toy, his favorite prize, his favorite piece of pie, which was the WWE Undisputed Championship. When he lost to our Jedi guys, in Star Wars terms, Cody Rhodes, or the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, at WrestleMania 41. Then of course, Roman Reigns, after losing, what did he do? He went home and cried and cried and cried and cried like the little girl that he is. Like the little crying tribal chief that he is, and he cried and he cried and he cried. But then he came back. He dealt with family matters in the WWE, meaning the new bloodline. But then he's been getting the craveability, or the craving to become a champion, to become the WWE Undisputed Champion again, which I bet we don't want that again. Well, we do want that, but we don't want the tyrannical dopey version of Roman Reigns, meaning the tribal chief version of Roman Reigns. But there's two people in his way: CM Punk, the prodigal son that returned, and his old friend from a long time ago in 2013, to be more specific, when they were part of the Shield, which was one of the most dominating groups, which is one of the most dominating groups of in WWE history in recent memory, and perhaps of all time. So both Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins hate each other. But they hate CM Punk the most. But there's one piece missing of this incredible main event puzzle for WrestleMania 41 main event of night one, and that is Paul Heyman. Now, guys, Paul Heyman is the father of Extreme, the founding father of Extreme, of EC freaking W, which is Extreme Championship Wrestling, which was a little wrestling promotion that was eaten and eventually bought by the WWE. But ECW was based in Philly, and the city of Rocky, of Bro Love. And yes, it was Extreme. There was beautiful barbed wire. There was beautiful barbed wire, broken glass, tables on fire, bodies busted open, crazy fans, which I'm a part of as well. But most of all, the creator or the main dude that helped ECW what it is today and that we love to this day, and we wish we could get ECW back, which we will at some point in 2026. I think on Netflix internationally. Paul Heyman. Now, Paul Heyman, after ECW was bought by WWE, he tried to invade and buy back his baby ECW in the storyline called WWE versus the Alliance, which was the WWE versus the alliance between ECW and the only WCW, and the only good competition and better competition of WWE, WCW, which at that time, according to the storyline of the Alliance versus WWE, the Alliance was between WCW and ECW. Now ECW was being run by Paul Heyman, but WCW in this storyline was being run by Shane McMahon and Stephanie McMahon, aka Vince McMahon's son and daughter. At the end of this storyline, the WWE was prevailed, and unofficially, but technically officially, but unofficially, according to the storyline, officially, in reality, officially, that's how ECW and WCW ended to become part of the WWE archives and a part of WWE as a whole. Then we would see Paul Heyman be the manager of Brock Lesnar, but after Brock Lesnar left for UFC and betrayed us for UFC, he became the manager of, or became close friends and manager of CM Punk, which at that time when he was managed by Paul Heyman, he was the ultimate. We hated CM Punk. We loathed him. We wanted to throw a steel chair at his face because in between 2012 and 2011, or the 2011 and 2012 calendar year season of the calendar year of WWE, calendar year of WWE, he was WWE champion for a long time, and we were getting sick of him. We were just booing him and wanting someone to rip him apart. But eventually someone did. And later after, CM Punk left. Now, many years after CM Punk left for the WCW wannabe for the WCW wannabes for the AEW wimps, for the All Elite wimps. That's when Paul Heyman became the wise man / manager and confidant of our tribal dope. Yes, tribal dope, Roman Reigns. Then last November when CM Punk returned at Survivor Series, this story became even more confusing and more awesome. Apparently, back when CM Punk was with the All Elite Wimps, behind the scenes, Paul Heyman was trying to convince and bring back CM Punk into the WWE and bring him back home. But with a catch from CM Punk. If I do return, which he did at Survivor Series, to the WWE, I will need a favor from you, Paulie. And that's when it and up to this point, guys, we didn't know what this favor was, but we found out last week, or about 2 weeks ago. The famous favor that has been eating us alive to know what this favor is or was that CM Punk wanted Paul Heyman to be at WrestleMania with him in his corner. And again, Roman Reigns wasn't happy about this. Seth freaking Rollins was not happy about this, but he knew that there had to be something going on. Basically, to put it in another WWE term, but not a term of WWE. Seth Rollins believed that CM Punk manipulated the WWE system by bribing for a favor for Paul Heyman, but that's not the case, because like I said, back when CM Punk, before he left us for the wannabe for All Elite Wimps, he became close friends and a close confidant, close friends with Paul Heyman, besides the manager and wrestler relationship. And Roman Reigns is not happy about this. He feels betrayed by his wise man, Paul Heyman. So with that being said, guys, who do you think will win this first ever grudge match of a third match between three men that hate each other to their core? So with that being said, guys, thank you for watching. Remember to leave a like. And let me know in the comments. And please let me know in the comments, what match are you looking forward to on night 1, which is tomorrow, of WrestleMania 41. So with that being said, guys, thank you for watching, and remember to leave a like, and just bring it. Bye.